Good morning, good morning. It is a quick shadow snow day here in Columbus, Ohio. Came in last night at I guess 2 or something like that, and there's quite a dusting on the ground. I'd say probably like that much, but it's going to be gone by tomorrow because it's going to go back up to 51. So I guess I can handle a little more snow for about 24 hours. What's up, Bryce? It is a Bryce day here on the channel. Bryce has brought us one of his, not this, more like rolling the die, because he has that 20-sided die. So he's got another set for us today. I will read that in a second. I'm going to pontificate for about 5 minutes because Bryce, unlike everybody else who sends in sets, doesn't really say anything. He just puts the song in there and then says go. So I don't have to actually read anything. I personally like reading the background that you guys write about the songs. But because there is none, I can pontificate about the concert. Because as you all know, I went and saw Echolyn on Wednesday night in Cincinnati. And went down to Cincinnati, got there, and just in time for the concert. But unfortunately, the first thing that I'm going to talk about with this concert is that at Bogart's, I went there a long time ago. Actually, I've been there a couple times, but the most memorable Bogart's experience in Cincinnati, this nice venue at the University of Cincinnati area, is that it's Metropolis 2000 tour. I saw Dream Theater there, and I was there with a college friend named Zach. We drove down there from my school in Indiana, not Columbus, because I was at school, and we saw the Metropolis 2000 tour. It was great, and I mean, that was 24 years ago. And it was packed, and it was great, and they sounded good, of course, and it was probably the best concert by them that I saw next to the one I saw in Columbus with my dad. And originally I saw Dream Theater in 1994 in Columbus at the Newport Music Hall. So anyway, we get down there, and I walk in, and sure enough, there are actual fucking seats. There are seats. And yes, I am older. And yes, I'm sure, it being a 3-hour concert, standing for 3 hours is kind of shitty. But I think it ruins the concert atmosphere to have fucking seats. And most people sitting down for most of the concert. So that automatically was come on, the concert's got seats, and I could tell for the band, the poor band. I mean, it just lowers the energy for everybody. And when I think about what happens in Brazil and South American concerts where those people go absolutely apeshit, it's just kind of sad for the bands. I'm sure they're like, oh great, we get to tour North America where everybody's fucking old, gender male and white, and then just sit down for the whole fucking concert. I'm sure that was not the best feeling for the band. So anyway, besides that, the next thing that came up for me was oh my gosh, and this was actually into song 3 or 4. I was like, holy crap, Ross sounds better live than he does on the album. He sounded more powerful. Maybe when they're recording them, you're trying to mix everything to make it sound perfect. But in the concert, it's harder to do that. And I was like, holy crap, Ross is freaking awesome. I came out of that concert thinking that Ross is and I was trying to think about it because I did meet Kelly and her brother, and we were talking about it at the intermission. I was trying to think of how I was going to say this on the channel. And I still don't know and I still don't know if it's going to make sense because I don't even know if it makes sense to me. But the best I'm going to try to say about Ross is this. So after seeing now all 3 of my favorite top bands, obviously Jim sounded great. Einer sounded amazing too. And I'll be honest, Ross sounded quite amazing. And out of all 3 of them, I had to say after the concert, I was like, Ross's vocal melodies, the difficulty of how much he's switching pitches throughout a lot of their songs is harder than what Jim and Einar do. It's just technically more difficult for him to do that. So I expected there to be a lot of pitchy problems. Ross had very, very few. I think there was like once, maybe twice, I heard him go flat a little bit for like half a second. I was shocked how he was hitting all these different kind of melodies. Cockroach King, even though I hate that fucking song. Da-da-da-da-da. He was like doing all of this very musical style-esque melodies that are very different because Jim kind of sits in that pocket where he's at. Einar sits in the pocket where he's at, and they're both beautiful and hard, but they're not as technical overall as a melody line generally than what Ross was doing. And Ross was on fucking point. On point. I was like, holy shit, like this dude is on point. Now, that being said, his tone is not as enjoyable for me as Einar and Jim. So that's that part. So I'm trying to say like, wow, I was kind of shocked and impressed by Ross and not expecting to be as much. And I do think technically his vocal lines are harder than both of them. And he sounded great. And technically, I think for him to hit those notes throughout the whole concert powerfully, I was just like, wow. But I still prefer listening to Jim and Einar just a little bit more than I do Ross, tone-wise. So that's going to settle that debate. Now, the overall debate that you guys are pissing and moaning about is, did this finally settle who is the best band for me? And I think it was already settled a while ago, and I even kind of mentioned it and hinted towards it a while ago. So I'm officially going to say the order is CLH. CLH. They're still very, very close to each other, and as I've said in the past, I think Caligula's Horse songs pretty much are the same song. Like Mute, I guess there's two sides. There's the Golem slash Slow Violence type of song, and then there's like the Graves Storm Chaser kind of song. But they're all kind of very, very close together, but it's so good that I don't give a fuck. I love it, and I can eat it up every single day. Emotional to the T. Leprous, in their last album specifically, blew me away. Every song on Echolyn is absolutely amazing. So they're in that little second spot. And in the third slot comes Haken, just because when I was at the concert, I can't stand Cockroach King. I was sitting there listening to it, and I was like, okay. Elephants, is it Elephants? I was just like, I don't like this song either, except I will say, I remember, da-na-na-na. That kind of was catchy. Crystallized got a little bit better for me than I've had in the past, but it's not worth the 16 or 20 minutes it is. And Visions is just not for me. Drowning in the Flood, on the other hand, was absolutely gorgeous live. They pulled it off, everything perfectly. Haken, I would say Haken is very close to Dream Theater in my book of sounding as good as they are on an album live. I mean, they pulled everything off perfectly. The voice parts, everything about it was so good. So, it's still very, very close, but it's going to be CLH for me. CLH. Just, that's how I'm feeling. And I'm actually going to make a playlist of all my CLH faves and just put them all in one big playlist and just enjoy myself and get a boner. Okay, so we are now 12 minutes in, which is even less than what we were last week. So, there you go. Hopefully you guys can stop pissing and moaning about me not putting them in order. There they are. They are in order. All right, so let's get into Bryce's set. He has 6 songs for us today, so he says it's 40 minutes of music. He says, okie dokie, artichoke, dice rolling, incoming, and the elusive number 11. So hope you enjoy the fine goods on display today. 40 minutes of music. Again, he doesn't really say much. He just says Southern Empire, number 1, and the song is called Forest Fire. I am recording because sometimes Bryce's songs bands get blocked. Is that correct? And he just says some more Southern Empire for you. We've had them on the channel a couple of times. Oh, before we get started, I did want to say, at the concert, last thing, I met this wonderful couple named Francisco and Margarita. If you guys are watching this by chance, welcome, and I really had a good time talking to you guys before and at intermission a little bit, and then after, and I thought you guys were totally cool. And if you ever get a chance to join the chat, or you ever get a chance to join the channel, that'd be wonderful. Throw in the chat your thoughts about the concert, or just in general. Hopefully you discover some music on here like I have, and because of this channel, you guys were super cool, and I hope I see you guys at some concerts again. So let's get into Southern Empire, Forest Fire. I hear a fire. All right, now I got to catch up to your chats and see what all you guys are probably bitching about now. Sounds like bees. Cool. Sounds poppy right off the dit. Why was I not expecting this from Southern Empire? Are they usually like this, Bryce? I'm gonna turn it up just a titch. I like that. Okay, I'm interested to see where this goes. I feel like this is Neil Morse. Really like his voice. And great harmonies. Sounds like what's that song? And why is this not how I remembered Southern Empire? Are they normally like this and I just totally forgot? I like that. Nice little ride and hi-hat work there. It's the fire in which we burn, our rolling silent seas. And he is really up in front, and he's hitting those notes. Sounds very raw. All the things I want to, I know that there's no guarantee. How fast is my life going now? I'm caught up in a forest fire, trying to head upwind. Minutes pass like seconds, years have passed like days. Running out of time, I feel like vanished in a haze. Did you hear that in the background? I love this. It's very yes-ish. How fast is my life going now? Caught up in a forest fire, trying to head upwind. Minutes pass like seconds, years have passed like days. Running out of time, I feel I'm vanished in a haze. This is great. How fast is my It's just very, it's a little quirky, but it's good. It's like a nice groove. Trying to head upwind. Minutes pass like seconds, years have passed like days. He's got some pipes, man. Nice.
Minutes pass like seconds, years that pass like days.
Okay, so I just got to Age or Para's thought. Yeah, that's kind of why I arrived at putting them third too, is because they had so many, not so many, but a lot of songs that I just don't care for at all. But I also give them credit. I gotta hear this one. Very nice melodic solo. I give them credit because out of the three of them, they have the most range of songs. They do weird, they do quirky, they do hard, heavy, they do ballady. Leprous basically has one song that they kind of do, and then like Castaway Angels. And it's the same thing with Caligula's Horse. Okay, now I gotta get back to it. Hold that thought. Was not expecting this like interlude of like tasty guitars. I just do not remember this being Southern Empire when we've heard them before. I don't know why. I like the way he's doing like a Ross kind of Cockroach King kind of dance. Ooh, nice tapping. Cool bass line too. Yes. Woo! I thought it was a very tasty, good song, but I don't know if I love it. Alright, so definitely kind of shocked and not expecting the sound. I mean, that was very Neil Morris. And then I'm sitting here thinking, like, did this come out of nowhere? Or have they sounded like this in the past when we've listened to them? And I'm like, I don't remember them sounding like this. So I feel stupid because I'm assuming that this is what they sounded like in the past, and I just forgot. How many times have they been on the channel? I mean, they've been on the channel enough because I remember the name. But for some reason, I found them more in my head, thinking that they were more progressive-y heavy than that. That was very, very Neil Morse-y. And when it comes to Neil Morse, like I said, I think it was a good song. It was tasty. His vocals, very good, straight up the middle. But nothing that I was just like, oh, this song just hits the feels. It was like, that was a decent, good song. So I don't know if that'll go on a playlist, but we'll see how it compares to the other songs that you have brought for us today. So let's get into number 2. This is, I think it's Echolyn. Echolyn. Did I say that right? And the song is called Different Days. He says, one of the few American prog rock bands that really rustles my jimmies. Ooh, rustles those jimmies. Let's see if they rustle our jimmies. Here is Echolyn, Different Days. It sounds very 70s. Maybe the theme of this is like 70s prog. That's what it sounds like to me so far. Yeah, it sounds very similar to the last song. And
Same old drink lit by waves on different days. The familiar chords bounce off the walls in C's and D's and E's. Well, I've been here before to spend my different ways.
I will say about the last song, the solos were very, very tasty.
On different days I'm in hiding. The volume jumbles and fights for more, like swirls of buzzing bees. But I can't hear the stories in the cracks of the day. No, little bursts of language dissipate.
I'm gonna feel like for several of the people in the chat, this is not heavy enough.
Nothing here that hasn't been said. Well, I'm running dry, yeah. It's the moves you never make inside. It's the moves you never make in time. See the bottom rising.
This definitely feels more like older sounding, but almost the same genre.
I'm buried in a cycle that I notice in my brain. The repeating seems unstoppable even when I change.
I like the melody here.
I forget everything I remember. In denial I am tonight.
Well, that's pretty obvious, Scott K. With most sets. Nice, it's got a nice little groove to it. Different days I'm in hiding.
Different days I'm in hiding.
Well, hey, we get to see Jason here. Jason, I thought you said you weren't going to be here for Saturdays anymore. I'm glad you are. Glad you are. Da-da-da-da.
See the bottom rising. See the bottom rising. You move into the storm.
Interesting choice of chords there.
You move into the storm.
It's pretty cool. I like how you had the liquid guitar in the back. Yeah, this is tough for me. They're very similar in nature. I like the solos and updated sound in the last one, but this has some like old traditional prog sound to me. Yeah, this is hard to rank them, I agree.
I'm looking up through the layers.
I do like those like dissonant
Tumbling sky.
harmonies they were doing there.
I'm covered in its pulling measures. No matter where I run, no matter where I stand.
I am gonna say, as far as feel is concerned, I think I like this one better.
I stay awake on different days. When they run away, I stay awake. I stay awake through different days.
Yeah, it's hard because the solos were very good in the last one. Very tasty solos.
Different days are so out from the rest. I can't recognize the time. Don't pull your hat down, go around. Cause it's everything and everything and then some. You move into the storm.
Yeah, they really picked those interesting chords.
You move into the storm. Where you going?
Uh-oh, is this going to be the tasty part that we had in the last song?
back in the ballroom dancing the buck and wing. I've been tapping solo for so long.
Parrot isn't like bright. Don't make him happy.
I'm not rising to any degree. 'Cause I'm just spinning, wasting
Now I feel like I'm riding a horse.
energy.
Oh my gosh, the married couple agrees. What's the world coming to?
It's the moves you never make inside. It's the moves you never make inside. See the bottom rising.
See the bottom rising.
The bottom
Interesting. Like, you have these bands that, like, obviously are talented in right prog, but I've never heard of this band. Echolyn?
See the bottom rising. See the bottom rising.
Baggins just said what he thought, indirectly. Listen to it once. Period. Full stop. Hey, as I've said here many, many times, I think that's the end. Singing is just one of those things that I can hit the right note most of the time. Voice parts are okay, but it doesn't sound good. Just never was in my wheelhouse. Can't do it. Okay, let's get into song number 3 because I felt like those two were very, very close. And although you said there wasn't a theme to this, it seems like the first 2 songs are pretty themey. But I do prefer overall the second song to the first. However, I still think the solos in the first one are pretty tasty comparatively. And that kept it really, really close. Number 3. This is also Echolyn. So I'm guessing this is a prog theme. Because unless they sound totally different than I expected. This is called Too Late for Everything. So here we go, Baggins. You get to listen to these guys again. More than once. A real pretty song about a soldier's perspective during World War I. Okay, so this is Too Late for Everything. It's kind of loud, but we'll see where it goes. What's up, Don? Welcome to the channel.
Write this in 18. The sky is red. Gas is burning yellow. The days it cutters fly. My feet are rotting. The trench is just mean and wet. I write this in 18.
This guy is red.
I was talking to a friend for a minute. In a second he lay dead, still and silent on the ground. I swear he never knew what hit him. He was
Not
telling me
digging
of a girl and
the
getting
talking
married
style
soon as he
cadence
was
of
home.
the melody.
Home across the ocean.
Okay, that's better.
Too late for everything.
Don't talk your lyrics. Sing them.
Home
The melody.
across the ocean.
So far, this is my least favorite of the 3. We'll see where this goes.
I keep
Okay.
myself alive and awake by sharing my flask of whiskey and rum. I never drank much before, but I've picked up some habits.
See, I don't like the smashing of as many lyrics into a phrase as you can.
Home across the ocean.
That was one of my critiques of Symphony X sometimes.
For everything. Home across the
Oh, you guys can hear the dog bark? That's good.
Too late for everything.
I can't remember, Don. Have you explained your name, Don Carnage, 42? Are you 42 years old? Is that when you made it and you're actually 82 years old? And you have nothing but carnage left in your life? Can you explain your name? If you feel comfortable. Yeah, so far this is my least favorite song for sure. Like by a mile.
Home across the ocean. Too late for everything. Home across the ocean. Too late for everything. Home across the ocean. Too late for everything. 100 Abdullah Egyptians, a treasure I found by the body of a fallen soldier. He won't be needing them. I smoke them in silence and dream of being home. Home across the ocean. Home across the ocean.
It is called Cowboy Poems Free, so it has got a poem feel to it. It's just that I don't like poems and songs. If they're read like a poem. "42 is the meaning of life?" Is that for real? Sounds like it's fading out. That's why I corrected myself, Bryce, when I said, "and read like a poem" in the song. Because yes, technically they are poems, but when they're read like a poem, not for me. And that felt like it was read like a poem. Okay, so out of the, Bryce, have you been telling us what your order is? Because where would you put this one out of the 3 we've listened to so far? Because obviously you picked it because you like it. Just do you like it less or more than the other 2 that we've heard? Let's get into number 4. Mystery, Dear Someone. Another great song from a great album. So the band is called Mystery, The Mystery Method. And the song is called Dear Someone. Let's get right into it. Oh, you have 1, 2, 3. Okay. Seems kind of quiet. Is it going to break into something? I want it to get louder or else I'm going to turn it up. Almost sounds like Rush a little bit. A little off, but it sounded like Getty for a second there. So Bryce, I'm going to tell you, this is 100% a Prague theme. Oh God. I'm already digging this one. This has got some feels in it. It was just funny, Bryce, because at the beginning you're like, no, I don't think there's any theme, but it's obviously Prague. Like 70s Prague. Interesting. This has got like an 80s vibe to it, too. But it's not loud, so I'm going to turn it up. And you know, I love me some 80s, so... Dude, I love this. Now, I want to know, can anybody hear how this is different than the previous three? I don't know if it's the chords they're choosing, but this has just got so much more feeling loaded into the song. Yeah, it's catchy, feels good. Yeah, I mean, this song's going on a playlist and it stays like this. Oh my god, this is good. Dun dun, dun dun. Oh my god, this is tasty. Dun dun. If anybody's gonna be like, okay, so try to explain your styles that you like and don't like, I'm gonna bring them to this video. It's gonna be like, can you not see the difference between how this song just fucking grabs your fucking soul and the other ones were good but they just don't grab your soul? There you go. And he's not using a lot of shitty vibrato. Yeah, I can see, like, again, it has that 80s, 70s proggy vibe with some 80s influence. I totally hear it. Done. Yes. Oh, Jesus. Adrian still puts number 2 in front. How dare you with your Pineapple Thief and other songs that you've given us, Adrian. Yeah, my heart will go on. Oh. This will go on a playlist, but it's gonna go on my 80s playlist because it's like feels very 80s to me. Yes, drummer sounds good too. There's a nice little breakdown. Adrian, you need to fix that ASAP. Bum bum. Bum bum. Ooh, beware. Yeah, that. It's just got a great flow and melody, completely opposite of the last song. Oh God, Adrian, you just totally committed heresy. I guarantee you, more popular, well-written songs came out of the 80s than any other decade, ever. The amount of good songs that came out of the 80s is just unmatched. I can understand if you don't like them, but... Adrian, you just got the fucking mob after you. Saying something's overrated is less than saying it's the worst decade of music. It's just like absolutely false. I feel like 80s was like the pinnacle of music, and then everything after that started going downhill, including the 90s. The 90s were the start of the downhill. Great, great songs in the 90s, but started a trend, unfortunately. I love that just to end the song. Yep, that song will go on a playlist for me. Did I already put my order? I did not. So there's my order. Let me copy and paste it so I can know where it's going to be. That song is going on a playlist for me. I liked it. Had some great feels. It wouldn't go... It could go in a separate playlist than, like, obviously, like Caligula's Horse and that kind of... Love that kind of song. It would go into more of my, like... This is a great 80s kind of feel, because it does have that 80s feel. All right, so let's get into number 5. We have 2 more songs to go, and we are at 44 minutes, so we might hit the mark depending on how much these other songs are. This band, he says, is called It Bites. It reminds me of like that Love Bites, Love Breeze. Another great 80s fucking band, Def Leppard. The Old Man and the Angel. My last set featured a song from these guys. However, being that the set was based on Spotify's Shuffle, I doubt it was their best. I doubt is what you're supposed to say. You put I don't. It was their best song choice. So here goes round 2. Okay. Oh, I don't think it was their best song choice. Okay. It Bites, The Old Man and the Angel. I don't remember you having them on the channel, Bryce. So that probably means I didn't like the first song at all. Because It Bites doesn't even look familiar, and it's an odd name. So it's something that should ring a bell for me, but it doesn't. Here we go. Another 80s fucking song. Although I like the tapping at the beginning. I'm turning it up already because it's low. Wow. We are talking 80s now. Nice little. Don't like his voice as much. He's got like a proggy voice with a mix of 80s background music. Yeah, this is totally 80s with like a proggy voice. Ooh, Jefferson Starship, I can see that connection. We built this city. The guitarist for Jefferson Starship, Craig Chiquiso, has beautiful new age guitar albums. I have a lot of them. I actually saw him live in Denver by chance, just by complete chance. Yeah, this song is falling deep. I think I like it better than the last, or the number 3, but this is like on a cheesy part of 80s music. Although I can see why people like dig it. It's got that ooh, little harmonies there. Yeah, Tears for Fears is just they're still a sick band. They're still playing. Although on Wings of Pegasus, they have fallen victim like everybody else to doing that was kind of cool. Auto-tune during live concerts, but when you're that age, I give you a pass for that. You're calling Metallica cheesy, Adrian? Megadeth? Kind of a weird take. I get your sentiment, though. Peace out, Para. Adrian revises his statement. Yeah, I'm putting this one second to last. Adrian, can you at least admit that, like, the amount or the feeling of cheese in this song versus the amount of cheese in the last song is pretty far apart? You would agree, right? I think that's a lot of stuff in the 80s. Yeah, the love ballads and stuff like that were pretty cheese factor, but a lot of great music. Beat It came in the 80s. I mean, fucking all those Michael Jackson songs. I wouldn't call those cheesy. They were just fucking great music. But then you got like Billy Ocean's "Get Out of My Dreams." That's a little cheese, yes. So man, Colin, I just do not know how you can hate it. I can understand you don't prefer that, but nice guitar here, which is another thing I've said about the 80s. It's literally the last decade where everyone knew how to actually play a guitar. Now you have fucking people playing G, C, and D on the guitar and being like, I'm a guitarist. I'm a guitarist. Okay, I feel like this part is a little more groovy. Yes, Colin, that's why I say the 90s, though had a bunch of fucking great songs, was the beginning of the downcline, because Kurt Cobain literally was voted best guitarist in the world by some fucked up magazine. It's like, he played nothing but bar chords. Give me a fucking break. Dude was a great songwriter, sure. But a great guitarist, he was not. Yes, Scott, I know they can shred, but we're talking here about majority of music versus minority of music. It did a big split, instrumentally speaking. So Adrian's a little bit less evil than Colin is what we're figuring out this chat. And I will say, this fucking song is way too goddamn long. Jesus, is it ever gonna end? I was like, for a poppy song like this, it should have ended like 2 minutes ago. I'm like sitting here like talking, having a fucking huge ass conversation. I'm like, oh shit, the song is still going. Let's switch to ranking people in the chat. I like that, Ivy. You go first. All right, It Bites. This is some cool, groovy shit, but end it, dude. You guys been going on for I don't know how long. It's got to be at least 7+ minutes. You can hear the dogs barking because I'm fucking laughing my ass off. They're probably, what's he laughing his ass off for? finally ending? Is it finally ending? Wow. So, I'm gonna say Bryce. Don't take this the wrong way. But you mentioned that you felt like the It Bites first song was not the best choice of their songs. I definitely think it was better than this one. Because I'm gonna remember this one as way too long. Yeah, not it. If that would have cut off at 4 minutes, I might have been like, yeah, not my thing, but not bad. Like, I could see why people like it. But the fact that it went for 8+ minutes, I'm just like, that's not something I want to hear. So, you did them a disservice, Bryce. You should have just like replayed the first song since I had forgotten that you had put it on here. And that might have done them some good. But all joking aside, let's get to number 6, the final one. I'm going to say it now so that I don't forget to say it after this song because it's in my mind right now. There is nothing on the schedule for Monday, people. We have next Saturday, March 2nd, which I'm going to go to the Arnold Classic. If you guys don't know, I went last year and it's quite funny. You would talk about airport eye entertainment. The Arnold Classic's even better than an airport. It's in Columbus because the Arnold Classic's always in Columbus and it's always right at the beginning of March and it's next weekend. So I will be going to that. So I think next weekend's Saturday set, which is Colin and Sasha Duel, will be recorded. So don't get angry, but I'm going to be at that. So, and then on Monday, March 4th, it has just been added or pushed to this is Manny and the Scott Duel. So we have like 2 duel sets back to back if you haven't checked the schedule. And then Monday, March 11th is the old or new number 9 full set winner, Adrian. And then on March 16th, which is a Saturday, is the old or new 9 winners. That'd be Michael, Jason, Brian, Captain, me, and Jean-Francois. Which, again, can you tell me in the chat what the theme is? I know it has to be within the last 10 years, new band, right? It hasn't been on the channel. I think that's the only 2 requirements. I still have to pick mine. And then on Saturday, March 23rd, we have Colin's old or new set number 10 ready to go for people to win more songs. So what that means is there is nothing coming for this Monday. However, there just might be a Casey Kasem's Top 40 2023 version. So just keep that in mind. That's all I'm saying. All right. Song number 6 is also where we started. We have come full circle because this is Southern Empire and the song is called Butterfly. He says, one of my favorite songs from Southern Empire's most recent albums. Now, okay, this is going to tell me when we listen to this if I was completely out in left field and they do sound more proggy Neil Morrissey, or if they're actually more heavier, because for some reason I just remember them having more heavier stuff. We'll find out. Here we go. No. I was wrong. Shit. Okay, I'm liking this.
Fly safely tonight, 'cause you are mine. Butterfly.
Oh, I just saw Jean-Francois' little funny take on the title for the band.
Passage of your flight would not begin to describe.
Okay, so I'm just gonna remember Southern Empire as being like very similar to Neil Morse. Like it. definitely has a better feel to, I think, the other song. But although the first song was good too. Like, love these guys' voice parts. I will give them 9 out of 10 for voice parts. This is going to be another tasty solo. I definitely like this song more. That would be funny if it did go into blast beats. I'm feeling this one more than the first one, I think.
Until you find back to me. Find back to me. Find back to me. Find back to me. So won't you find back
Ooh.
to me? Find back to me.
Beautiful. I like it. Thank you, Scott. We definitely need 10 likes. Is that it? Oh, that was a short and sweet song. That makes it go up in my book. I'm actually going to put that right dab in the middle. Oop, not a period. So I'm going to put 4, 2, 6, 1, 5, 3. I think that 4, 2, and 6 definitely have the ability to possibly go on a playlist. I will listen to them again for sure. But yeah, Bryce, the elusive number 11 is now in the books. The question is going to be, I think you updated us, Bryce, how many you've been through, but on a 20-sided die, are we like 10 sets in from that? Are we over the halfway mark for your 20-sided die? Or are we like, we have to be at least at 10, right? So I am interested in seeing what the other half of your dice rolling shenanigans brings us to the channel. But until then, I hope you guys have a great Saturday, and maybe on Monday night something might pop up. Who knows? Be on the lookout and see if the contest continues. All right, you guys have a great Saturday. Oh, you have 9, so we have 11 more. Ah, see, it's inverse. So this was the 11th sided die, and we have 11 more sets now. All right, so bring it, Bryce. You guys have a great Saturday. Peace out. That's the 3rd time I said it. 3rd time's a charm. Later.